Hello, welcome to Mama Bear and Papa Bear Winter Wellness. So when I initially went to teach this class here locally where we live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, I was going to do the class myself, but Ben, my husband, is very much a part of our children's health and wellness routine. I thought it would be perfect if he linked arms with me and taught it with me. So here we are. Our Young Living journey started about 4 years ago, January of 2015. And actually, when I started this journey, I said, no way was I going to be a part of the business side of things, and I wasn't going to do classes and teach. But really, that was an uneducated decision for me. I didn't know enough about the company and what exactly that meant. And really, for us, it means to share about what we've learned and how our journey has kind of happened over these last 4 years, specifically with the health of our children. And I could not share that, or I could not share that with people so that they get to experience the same thing. So we have 3 children, ages 7, 5, and 2. When we started Young Living, we had two of those 3 children, and they were, I think, 3 and 1 at the time. We ate well, we ate organically, we had a low sugar diet, we got plenty of exercise, but there was still a missing link to our health. And when Young Living came into our life, we realized that is what it was. So just means to keep our family well with oils and supplements and things to really boost our immunity. Right after we joined Young Living and we got our premium starter kit, we signed up for the next month. We signed up on Essential Rewards, which is their replacement buying program. So essentially that's how we get our personal care products, toothpaste, supplements, oils, of course, and cleaning products, you name it. So we get it to our doorstep, and we've been doing that for 4 years. So very thankful for that. And let's see here. So yeah, Ben, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Ben, Alex's husband. Just wanted to give you a little bit of background on our journey together. When we first met, it was at a gym when I was living in Maryland. Really, I was eating what I could get the most amount for the least amount of money. McDonald's dollar menu was a big staple in my diet. And I really had no concept of the chemicals that I was putting into my body, or what I was putting on my body, the chemicals that were in the products I was using. So initially, when I heard about the essential oils, I really had no idea what they were. Really had never heard of anything regarding them. And it wasn't until Alex and I did a lot of research that we really started understanding the benefits of them, and really throughout the use of them with our family, been able to see them improve our wellness, and made me a true believer in these products.
So if you have spouses out there who are totally skeptical, I was fortunate, and he came around right away and was very supportive of this. But some of you may not be that way. So either have them watch this video and just keep telling yourself that there's hope and that they will eventually come around. So disclaimer, we are not doctors. We are not prescribing anything or giving any advice on how to prevent diseases. We are empowered parents who make educated choices about our children's health based on our own research and personal experience. So Ben's going to tell you a little bit about when we initially got started with Young Living.
Really, one of the main focuses we had initially was we were dealing with a chronic cough that our daughter Maya had Usually it would show up after she had been sick for a period of time, and then we just could not get the cough to subside. Really, when she was little, there was trips to the emergency room because she would be coughing so much. There was nebulizers that were used, inhalers were prescribed with albuterol. She had allergy testing, and it was just a really helpless feeling that we had at times because we just didn't have any other answers to try and help her, so she didn't have to struggle with that so often. Definitely caused anxiety in us, and we just really were trying to explore every possible option we had, including holistic type options.
Yeah, at that point, we were willing to do anything. And so many of you may know Christy Jones. She is a friend of mine, and she was already on her Young Living journey at that point, and she had shared a bottle of RC, a sample of RC, Tiffany Fernandez as well. Actually, funny story. I needed RC. RC was the oil we knew Maya needed at the time. And Christy Jones didn't have any, so she sent me over to Dr. Tiffany Fernandez's house, and Tiffany gave me a small sample of RC. So I am very thankful for the two of them, and this was like our gateway oil that really showed us that these oils are powerful and they have benefits, and if this one oil could do what we saw it do, what about what else is out there with the rest of the oils, and what other benefits could they have on our family?
That's the actual bottle, right?
Mm-hmm. This is the actual bottle here that she shared. I still keep it.
This is the bottle that set the fire.
So our brains have been trained to go straight to an over-the-counter medication like Tylenol or ibuprofen, but we have the opportunity to show our children how to take care of their bodies, from diet to choosing holistic options to stay as healthy as possible. And for those of you who don't know what holistic means, because honestly, I didn't until the last year or so, it just means thinking about your body as a whole when you are ingesting something or putting it on your skin, instead of just treating the symptoms. So, when you put something on your skin, it is going inside your body and affecting you on another level as well.
All right, so we're happy to say that we rarely have to visit the doctors since we started this journey. Maya has not had to use her inhaler or her nebulizer in over 2 years.
Amen.
Now, don't get me wrong, our children get sick on occasion, we get sick on occasion, but it's not nearly as much as it used to be. Now we have the tools that we need to be able to get our family back on their feet a lot faster than we otherwise did in the past. And we're not against medicine. If it comes to the point where we feel like we need medicine, then,
we're thankful for it.
We are thankful for it, right? But it's just really refreshing to know that you have an alternative that you can go to first, and that's kind of a last resort.
And that doesn't have, these oils, they don't have side effects. So recently I read a book, and when I came across this quote, it really spoke to me. And it says, "Everyone makes their best choice when they have been given enough information to understand all their options, as well as the consequences of those choices." And that was from The Complete Master Cleanse by Paul Woloshin. We don't know what we don't know, right? But when you do know, you can do better. Being a parent isn't easy, period. There's many ups and downs in parenthood, but when we educate ourselves on our options, including the consequences, that is how we make the best choices for our children, and even empower them to make the best choices for themselves as they grow.
And that's huge right there, guys, because even now, our kids, if they got a discomfort in their stomach or whatever the case might be, they tell us they want an oil. And it's awesome to know that they have that mindset already. And so growing into adulthood, hopefully that'll continue with them and they'll pass that on to their children one day. And it's just really, really great to know that they're looking holistically before they're looking to a medicine cabinet.
They're being proactive about their health. Just this morning, our 2-year-old asked for an oil for his stomach.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about health, and it starts in the gut. Our immunity is in our gut. So something that I really didn't know a whole lot about until Alex and I did research on it. But the gut is just so important. Being proactive versus reactive. When our immunity is strong, our bodies are working at their best to be able to fight off many things that we don't ever see symptoms of, that otherwise would get us sick if we had a weak immune system. Oftentimes we're reactive. We wait until we fall below the wellness line to start trying to use oils and supplements, and then we want them to magically make this change overnight. But really, it starts before that. We have to be proactive. So it's like
I use the analogy.
Yeah, Alex uses the analogy of it's like eating broccoli one time and thinking you're going to lose 10 pounds and you're going to be lighter the next day. These things take time to build up in our systems. So we need to be proactive and not reactive, and really start using these products and these supplements ahead of time so that we stay above the wellness line.
Right, and initially, the first couple years that we used oils and were Young Living members, we reacted instead of being proactive.
Well, we were reactive.
We were reactive, right? And so somebody would fall below the wellness line, and we would grab an oil, and we would want it to be rainbows and unicorns. But when we really saw our health go skyrocket and our immune systems really become boosted, that was when we became proactive. And so that's what we're gonna share with you a little bit about things that we do to keep our bodies proactively healthy. Okay, so things that decrease. First, we're going to tell you things that decrease good, healthy gut bacteria. So antibiotics. There is a time and a place, but with that said, antibiotics kill all the good and bad bacteria. Recently, a mom was telling me about she went to the doctors for her daughter, and the doctor prescribed an antibiotic for her, and then before the doctor walked out of the room and left the appointment, the mom asked, so, the antibiotic is going to get rid of this, and, all is going to be well. And the doctor said, well, no, what she has doesn't really respond to an antibiotic. I was just doing that to make you feel better. And so that is really disheartening, like that a mom would be prescribed something that, isn't going to do anything for their child but hurt them, because it's then killing all the good bacteria, an antibiotic, right? And so if you're killing that good bacteria, that's just lowering their immune system so that their body has even a much harder time fighting off that, whatever it is they have, yeah. So I have here, I did a little bit of research before class about antibiotics and the CDC. So this is from 2016, May 3rd, and I got this from the CDC website if you would like to go look yourself. But they had put forward a effort to improve antibiotic use to combat antibiotic resistance. And so at least 30% of antibiotics prescribed in the United States are unnecessary, according to new data published today in the Journal of American Medical Association by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is the CDC, in collaboration with Pew charitable trusts and other public health and medical experts. The study analyzed antibiotic use in doctors' offices and emergency departments throughout the United States. CDC researchers found that most of these unnecessary antibiotics are prescribed for respiratory conditions caused by viruses, including common colds, viral sore throats, bronchitis, and sinus and ear infections, which do not respond to antibiotics. These 47 million excess prescriptions, 47 million
That's
excess
a ton, you guys.
prescriptions each year put patients at needless risk for allergic reactions, for the sometimes deadly diarrhea, which is called Clostridium difficile. In 2015, the White House released the National Action Plan for Combating Antibiotic-Resistant Bacteria, which set a goal of reducing inappropriate outpatient antibiotic use by at least half by 2020. So that is great that they are working
Recognizing
towards,
that issue.
and working towards that issue. So, yeah.
But it goes to show you just how many unnecessary prescriptions and medications are given out every year in this country. So it really should open your eyes and make you think maybe looking holistically would be a little bit better an option initially.
Right. Okay, so another thing that decreases good, healthy gut bacteria is stress. Believe it or not, when your body is stressed out, it releases these hormones, I believe, and it just, wreaks havoc on your healthy gut bacteria. So school, what are things that could cause stress for kids is school. Believe it or not, it might seem little to us as parents, but some things do stress, our children out. Sports, of course, busy schedules, always on the go, rushing out the door in the morning. So just keep that in mind. I don't have it here, but we do have Stress Away. So if that's something that I know, I personally, as mom of 3 in the morning, getting ready for the day, like to put on, as well as Ben.
Yeah, even when I've been gone for the day at work and I'm coming home, I'll throw some on my wrist because I know as soon as I walk through the door, I'm going to get attacked by 3 little ones and pulled every which direction. So I might be hungry, I might be ready for dinner, or whatever the case, and but I feel like that kind of helps me to just be where I need to be mentally and in balance. Yeah. So.
Okay, and then the last thing I have here, I think it's the last thing. Oh no, there's more. That decreases gut bacteria is low vitamin D in the winter. So get your vitamin D, even if it is just 20 minutes of sun a day. I will walk to the bus stop with my boys to get Maya, and that is just a little bit, get it on your arms, on your face, just another way to boost your vitamin D.
All right, so now I want to talk to you a little bit about sugar.
Which is another thing that decreases the good bacteria.
Yes. What I have is a few bits of information from a brochure, the Weston A. Price Foundation. Mm-hmm. This is one of the pamphlets here. Basically talking about sugar. Sugar is a refined, devitalized product containing no vitamins or minerals. Some interesting facts are in 1700s, the average consumption of sugar was only 4 pounds per person per year. Today's consumption is around 180 pounds per person per year, or about 1/2 pound of sugar per day. Most of the increase since 1975 has been in the form of high fructose corn syrup, which you look at products in the stores and it's pretty much in everything.
Yeah.
Also, a high sugar diet is particularly damaging for a child in that it displaces nutrient-dense foods like meat, butter, eggs, which children need for optimum growth. High sugar consumption during childhood sets children up for serious diseases in adulthood, such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and depression. Just some of the diseases that are caused by sugar and high sugar diets: ADHD, hyperactivity, allergies, asthma, cancer, candida overgrowth in the gut, depression, infertility, malnutrition, obesity, poor sleep, reduced immunity, and frequent infections.
Don't get me wrong, our kids eat sugar, but it is it's rare. You know, they have juice when we go out to restaurants. We don't keep that in house, and you know, they get sweet treats on special occasions, or you know, if we go to a birthday party or something, of course. So we don't deprive our kids, but their consumption is much less than I'm sure they would like it to be.
And really, I think what's important with that is that you have to, as a parent, if you want to get on the right track, you really have to be willing to make that change yourselves initially, because I know Alex and I, we don't drink a ton of juice, we don't eat a ton of sugary foods. We drink a lot of water in the house, and when we're able to do that, then we're able to pass that on to the kids. And
monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, but as a parent, you have to make that decision and that choice and be conscious of it if you really want to explore, you know, the total wellness.
We might sneak some ice cream at night on occasion after the
Yes.
kids go to bed. Okay. So another thing is the lack of exercise and less outside play due to colder weather, and the kids are on technology a lot. So whatever you can do to get them to do exercise in the house, we actually have what is that yoga? Is that on? What app is that on?
Yeah,
it's
on
like a
the
kids yoga.
Amazon Fire Stick, but there's a channel with kids yoga, and it's really cool.
It's a story time yoga, so you know, just a way to get the kids moving in the house.
Kids love it.
In the winter when it's colder weather. Okay, so now that we knocked out ways that your good healthy gut bacteria can be knocked down, now we're going to go over ways that you can be proactive about their health. So first we're going to talk about thieves. So thieves is great for immune boosting. And we put it on the kids' feet at night before bed during the school year. Simple as that. You can put it, we personally take a drop and put it right out. You could put it on there's little vinyl labels. This is like a princess and a Superman, right? That's Superman label.
Super cool for kids.
So you could, put some in the roller, put some thieves in the roller, and then dilute it with Young Living's V6 vegetable oil. It comes with a little squirt top, so you just fill it up, maybe 20 to 30 drops of the thieves, and just put it on their feet before bed. The older kids, and then make sure you put socks on over it, because like the 2-year-old specifically might grab or touch his feet and then rub his eyes, and thieves is considered to be a hot oil, so we don't want to get that in their eyes. But if that does happen, flush it with a carrier oil like V6 or coconut oil, olive oil, or something like that, not water. So
not
you
water,
don't want to.
yeah, that's important.
Yeah, that'll make it sting worse. So for the older kids, for our older 2, 5, and 7-year-old, we will do thieves tea, and we do 1 drop of thieves, 2 drops of lemon essential oil, and some raw honey. And they will drink that. Actually, I think the littlest has had some of mine before, so maybe his palate is going to start liking that soon. Another thing we do is Raven or RC. Do we have those here? Raven and RC are great for
respiratory.
Yeah, so putting it on their chest before school as they come out. Another little tip is to put the oils like by the front door. Again, that's usually a busy time in the morning. We're trying to rush out the door. So putting them in locations around your house where you're going to grab them, like the bedtime oils, keep them in their room right by their bed on a nightstand or something. And so Raven and RC, we like to do that. A wellness blend rollerball recipe that you can do if you want to write this down is 10 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of myrrh, 1 drop of oregano, which is another good immune boosting oil, and 15 drops of orange, which really makes that smell amazing. That's one of the oldest favorite oils. So top it off with a fractionated coconut oil. Get some little roller balls. Young Living also sells the roller balls. Can you pop that off for me on one of these? You can buy in packs of 10, I think, and then they fit on both the 15 milliliter bottles and the 5 milliliter bottles. So I get the roller balls on Amazon, but again, you don't have to do that. You can just throw one of Young Living's roller balls right on top of the essential oil bottles.
All right, so proactive continued probiotics are super important. Feeding the gut good healthy bacteria will give your kids a happy, thriving immune system. Life 9 is an excellent probiotic. I tried a lot of different probiotics before. Had a lot of gut issues, digestive issues, digestive discomfort, and like I said, tried multiple probiotics. This was hands down the best one that I have been able to use. I really saw great results with it. I'm not saying that just to be a salesman or something. Honestly, it worked for me, and
it works for the kids.
It's something that I take pretty much on a daily basis, and just really, really helped my gut a lot. So if you guys are having digestive
it's all that McDonald's
problems, yeah, probably. If you have digestive problems, then definitely that's something to look into.
But being proactive for the kids, what we do is, so Young Living also they came out last year, I believe it was last year, with the Mighty Pro, which is the kids probiotic. It comes in a little packet. It tastes like a pixie stick. So your kids will like it a little bit sour, if they like sour. And my kids were not super big fans of it. So we had already been doing the Lifetime. So we just thought, why
change?
Why change? What is the saying? Don't
stop broke.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Or if it isn't broken,
something like that.
You know what I'm talking about. So what we do is these are veggie capsules. So these actually open up. I just twist it. And Ben, what do you like to put it on? This is really one of Ben's. Oh, tell him the tip. For the planner, we like to set a reminder so we don't forget at night.
Yeah, I mean, we usually put a reminder in our calendar.
So you just open the capsule right up. And
right around bedtime so that we don't forget to give it to them. But yeah, I usually will just lay out a few spoons. We'll put honey on there, or I'll put a little bit of jelly on there, and then sprinkle the probiotic on it. And
split one between the two.
Yep. And then we give that to them before bedtime, and helps with their healthy gut bacteria.
And then, so Ningxia is another thing that we do. Ningxia is amazing. We implemented this in our wellness routine 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago now, and just made it a priority to order it. It comes in the bottles, a glass bottle, or it comes in the pouches. The pouches are 2 ounces, and the bottles you can, of course, pour whatever. But we will put it in a little shot glass in the morning before school. So we do the Life 9 at night before bed, and then we do the Ningxia before, when we get up in the morning for our day. And the kids, this is convenient for lunch boxes and stuff. But really, it's just like a powerhouse of antioxidants, and it is considered to be a prebiotic to your probiotic. So a prebiotic is going to be the food that is given to your probiotic to make your probiotic multiply. And so that's what you want. You want that good bacteria really growing and flourishing in your children's stomachs. So Ningxia is great. And our kids love it. It tastes like juice. It's best cold. And we actually get it free every month. And that is because we, on our Essential Rewards program, we order about 300 PV every month, which then gives us, we're earning, because we've been on for a year or over a year now, we've, or actually, I don't know, I think it's 25% back at a year. Anyways, we get 25% back from that $300 that we spend on various items, replacement items for our house. And that's $75, right? So we get to use those 75 points to purchase 2 bottles of Ningxia every month. So that's a great way to benefit from the Essential Rewards program. It's definitely a no-brainer program to
And
be on.
the Ningxia really is worth its weight in gold. It's tastes great and it's super healthy for you. And that's really one of the staples that our family uses also.
One more thing about Ningxia. So our wolfberries are from a specific species called Lycium barbarum L. This is different from the goji berry that you may have heard about. Young Living has a contract from China that makes Young Living the only company in the United States that gets this specific wolfberry from the Yellow River in the Ningxia province of China, which means no other company has the same species as we do. So that's pretty amazing.
Pretty awesome.
All of the other varieties, Ningxia wolfberries, have the highest levels of immune-stimulating properties. The Yellow River flood plain, where the Ningxia wolfberry crop is concentrated, derives its water from the Himalayan mountains. As the water flows through the mountains and lower Himalayan foothills, it becomes charged with an assortment of minerals and organic nutrients. By the time it reaches the Ningxia province of northern China, it is rich with minerals. So that's pretty awesome. Another thing we do for our children is chiropractic care. Chiropractic is definitely a way to keep your children's immune systems boosted. For sure, it kicks their nervous system and everything into gear, so their body can fight at its best when these icky germs come their way. So let's see. Okay.
All right, so another thing that we incorporated into our family's health, this was a book that both Alex and I studied for a while. I read probably most of it, right?
Yeah, it was. Now it's on Audible, so you can get this book on Audible on Amazon Audible. So I got it, and I'm about halfway through it, I think. It's pretty fascinating. I heard about this book from a Young Living diamond. I don't know if she was a diamond, a crown diamond, royal crown diamond, but she said that this book changed her life, and it's called Healing the New Childhood Epidemics, Autism, ADHD, Asthma, and Allergies, the groundbreaking program for the 4A disorders by Kenneth Bach, MD, and Cameron Stout. So that's where I initially heard of it, and so I got it and empowered Ben to read it.
So it's a very interesting book. Really what I took from it was that the wheat that we eat today, the milk that we drink today, is not the wheat and not the milk that our great-grandparents drank or ate years and years ago. There's so many genetically modified products out there today that we're feeding the kids that you really need to research and be educated on these subjects. Dairy in particular, really I learned that a lot of children aren't able to fully process dairy, so it can cause inflammation in the body. It causes inflammation in the gut, which in turn can cause inflammation throughout the body and can lead to assortment of problems. Also, high gluten diets are also not very beneficial for children. They can also cause problems within the child's body. So we made a conscious decision in our family to really taper back the amount of dairy and gluten that we eat. And
when we incorporated this as well with Maya's cough, when we removed dairy and gluten from her diet, that was just one more thing that was a part of her journey that really helped her. And there are so many dairy-free options now, coconut milk, yogurt, or almond milk. So
dairy-free ice cream. I mean, stuff's out there. It tastes great.
What was the one thing about the peptides or something?
Yeah, so the dairy, the book talks about how the dairy, when the child's body tries to process it, it doesn't fully break it down. So it creates a partial peptide is what it's called, and that partial peptide can kind of wreak havoc in the gut. And then inflammation and things like that follow. So if the gut is struggling, then a lot of other things in the body are going to be struggling.
Right, that's your immune system, so that is key. Okay, so Mighty Bites is the Kid Sense vitamin that we give our children. They have folate in them, which is vitamin B9, which is found naturally in food, and it's not folic acid, which is found in most children's vitamins. So that is a big difference between our vitamins and others you might see out there. They don't taste like candy, but in my opinion, I mean, they're sweet, and our children take them no problem, but they don't taste like your Flintstones vitamins, so they're not super sweet. But like I said, in my opinion, I don't think that they should be anyway. Another thing is Mighty Zymes. So Mighty Zyme is a kid's enzyme that helps their little bodies break down food. We do not give this to our children daily. Maybe this is something that you would incorporate daily, but we do give it to them, especially when they are going to be eating not as healthy meals or eating out like at a birthday party. So we'll let them have the pizza at a birthday party that we go to, but we will give them that because, like Ben just said, their bodies can't break these things down on their own. So this supports their body and its enzymes that will help break down that food that their bodies aren't used to. Okay, so another way we stay well in the winter is elderberry syrup. I made this. You can buy it at the store. I just feel like making it makes it just, even more of a powerhouse. You can get the organic elderberries on Amazon. I use Frontier Op brand, and the recipe that I used is from Wellness Mama. If you're interested, just comment below, and I will post the recipe for you. So let's see. It has dried elderberries, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, honey, and thieves. That is how we make ours. I have used both the herb and I have used the oil, the essential oil. So you can play around with that, like our Vitality line we have. Let's see. It fights the cold and flu, and has been known to drop the duration of the flu by 50%, especially when taking it proactively. And let's see, found on WebMD, elderberries contain natural substances called flavonoids. They seem to help reduce swelling, fight inflammation, and boost the immune system. So we'll just give like a teaspoon or two to the kids daily. Especially during cold and flu season. And and if they're below the wellness line, we might up that a little bit as well. Ben and I take this as well.
And a little bit more information about it. Studies have found that elderberry eases flu symptoms like fevers, headaches, sore throats, fatigue, cough, and body aches. The benefits seem to be the greatest when started within 24 to 48 hours after the symptoms begin. One study found that elderberry could cut the duration of flu symptoms by more than 50%. So next is Thieves Hand Purifier.
Yep. So note I did not say, or Ben didn't say, Thieves Hand Sanitizer. This is Hand Purifier. And so it comes in a large squirt bottle like this and small. We use the small in lunch boxes. And for on the go, I throw one in my purse. And this I actually keep in the car door of our van. And when I'm in the preschool pickup line, I just give them a little squirt on their hands. And so that is what we do with that. And let's see. So there is an ingredient in antibacterial hand sanitizers called triclosan. And it is terrible for us. It has been banned in hand soaps, but it can still be found in hand sanitizers. And just a little bit about that, I pulled this from the EPA website, and it says triclosan was first registered as a pesticide in 1969. There are also consumer uses of triclosan, such as its use in over-the-counter drugs, antimicrobial, hand soaps, and some toothpaste. In its re-registration review, EPA considered all available data on triclosan, including data on endocrine effects, developmental and reproductive toxicity, chronic toxicity, and carcinogenicity. Okay. What are the major causes of triclosan? So triclosan is primarily used in FDA-regulated applications such as soaps, toothpaste. They removed it from hand soaps, but it's still in toothpaste, detergents, medical devices, etc. However, there are several EPA-registered uses of triclosan when used as a material preservative in mattresses, plastics, textiles, footwear and clothing, toys and adhesives. And triclosan also has an HVAC coil application, which is limited to commercial applicators only. So given the rapidly developing scientific database for triclosan, the agency intends to accelerate the schedule for the registration review process for this chemical. Currently, the agency intends to begin that process in 2013, 10 years earlier than it was originally planned. So good things coming, but you still have to be an advocate for your own health and be aware of what's in your products. If you haven't yet, download the Think Dirty app and really get in and know the ingredients that are in your products, because many of them are not safe.
It's very important, you guys. You'd be amazed at some of the stuff that they put in the products that we use.
Okay, so real quick, after you apply antibacterial hand sanitizer with triclosan, then have your hands exposed to the sun. The sunlight then creates a chemical response called dioxin. There are 90-something versions of dioxin, but they are all cancer-causing. Stripping skin of healthy bacteria, just like our gut has healthy bacteria, so does our skin. It's there for a reason, to keep us healthy. Okay. So moving on, let's talk a little bit about air quality and what you can do.
Just benefits to the whole family. Air quality and diffusing. Opening windows in a warm day, letting fresh air in neutralizes the air in the home. Also, salt lamps turn positive ions in the air into negative ions, which is what we need more of. We have one in our house as well. Thieves purification, lemon, Melrose, all our favorites to diffuse during the winter months.
Yeah, and having a chemical-free home is key, because again, you're killing all of that good and bad bacteria on your skin if you're cleaning with Clorox and really chemicals that are just dangerous and shouldn't be in your home. So what you can do is replace that with our Thieves Cleaner. This is a concentrated bottle. If you're a member, it's $22. And this lasts us at least 6 months. You need a capful. I have a 16-ounce spray bottle here, so I will use 2 capfuls for 16 ounces of water. And we clean everything in our house with it: countertops, toilets,
counters, windows, toilets,
bathtubs,
doorknobs,
you name it. So if you are starting to move towards a chemical-free home, although we have an entire Thieves line that you would benefit from, I highly recommend making the switch to this cleaner first and ditching out everything else. You may even see an improvement right away if you did that. Okay. First, okay. So ideas for when your kids do fall below the wellness line, we have preschool pickup soon. It's okay, because they'll take care of them even now. So ideas when your kids do fall below the wellness line: respiratory support. Like I said, we take a drop or 2 of RC and Raven like in the mornings, but this is if you fall below that wellness line, you could put a drop or 2 in a steamy shower. It'll help open up their lungs and make it easier for them to breathe. And then of course, if you put one of those oils on the bottom of their feet at night and put some socks on over it, that will also soothe a cough. Emu Power is another one that we use. It is a powerhouse, and we will put that on feet morning and night with socks if they are under the wellness line. You could do a detox bath, lavender purification, Epsom salts. We use about 15 drops of essential oil, and we put it in 1 cup of Epsom salts, and pour under the flowing bath water. Any tummy issues, we like tummy jies or digies, and peppermint is another favorite. Digies or peppermint, because digies has peppermint in it. It could have that cooling feeling, so that might be one you want to dilute.
This is great in your hot chocolate or your coffee too. Just a little tip.
If you would like to bring down your children's temperature, you could put lemon or peppermint down their spine. Again, I would recommend diluting that. Let's see, when kids start to get a cold, a smart step to immediately do is massaging these oils on the outside of their ears. So this is another step that we added in the process a few years ago, maybe, when Maya, for her cough, to give her some relief. And so what this helps with is the drainage. And so we just took the 15 milliliter bottles that you get from, Young Living, and we put the roller tops on them, and you literally just massage front and back on both sides. We do have a video of an example of Ben doing this on Maya's ears. It's public on Facebook, so again, comment and I will tag you in that. But we do either Melrose or tea tree. Melrose is a blend of tea tree oils. So Melrose or tea tree, and then peppermint and lavender. So those are the 3 that we would massage. And then I had a girlfriend who her son was getting ready to get surgery with tubes in his ears because he kept falling below the wellness line. And she ordered a starter kit and started this routine. And when she did, I said, do this for 2 weeks. She came over. We made these 3 rollers for her. And she went for the pre-op for her son. And they said he didn't need surgery because it was all cleared out. So that was, she was very, very thankful for that. So we are almost done here. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Lots of information, but I hope it will be so useful to you all. So in everything that we said, again, Essential Rewards is going to be the best way to order all the things we talked about. You can change your products every month, what you need. You can change your ship date every month. You can cancel it anytime with no penalty or fee. And you get the points back, like I said, that you can spend on more oils and products. Another thing that we like to use and benefit from, I don't have it right here with me, but it is an iTovi scanner. And that is an amazing tool that we can use when our kids fall below the wellness line. We can scan them, and it is going to tell us exactly what we need in order to get their bodies back into
what oils
a good
and
frequency.
would
Yeah.
help them.
So once you start implementing these things into your kids' regimen, it will be second nature. It might seem like a lot that we went over in this class, but truly it has been a journey for us. So this was 4 years of information and knowledge and research and empowering us to, do all the things. So please don't feel like you need to do it overnight. If you want to start, what I would recommend above anything else is that you start doing the probiotic, the Life 9, and the Ningxia. So if you take away anything from this class, get your kiddos on these awesome probiotics and prebiotics. They really will make a difference in your health and your children's lives. So
yeah, it's okay to start small, and don't, like Alex said, this is a compilation of years and years of research and experimenting with different products.
But we did the work for you.
Yeah.
So now you can just take what you have learned in this class and apply it to your lives. And do you want to say anything else?
Just thanks for the time, and we really truly, from the bottom of our hearts, hope that this information is helpful to some families out there, because these have worked for us and been very helpful for our family's health.
Yes, they've definitely been a blessing. Okay, well, that's a wrap. If you have any questions, you can put it below in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Okay, bye.
See you later.